For over 2 million years, humans were insignificant. On the prehistoric African savanna, our ancestors were vulnerable figures hiding in the tall grass, relegated to the middle of the food chain. We survived by gathering plants, scooping up insects, and waiting for larger carnivores to finish their kills so we could scavenge the leftover bone marrow. We lived in a state of constant fear. We weren't even the most capable humans on Earth. Neanderthals were stronger, more resilient to the cold, and possessed brains even larger than our own. In a one-on-one survival scenario, a Neanderthal should have outlasted a sapiens. Yet, they vanished, and we took over the planet. Most apex predators took millions of years to reach the top of the food chain. But as this chart shows, Homo sapiens made that jump in just 100,000 years, an abrupt vertical spike in the history of life. That speed meant the ecosystem had no time to adjust, and neither did our psychology. We are essentially prey animals suddenly thrust into power, which leaves us with deeply ingrained anxiety. If we lacked the physical strength and our tools remained basic, what was the secret weapon that fueled this leap? Primate cooperation has a biological ceiling. Whether it's chimpanzees or early humans, social groups naturally cap at about 150 individuals. Past this limit, social structures built on gossip and personal acquaintance break down. You can no longer track who is honest and who is a cheat, and the group devolves into chaos. Around 70,000 years ago, the cognitive revolution changed everything. A random genetic mutation altered the inner wiring of the sapiens' brain. This shift produced a language of incredible complexity. We could now share prodigious amounts of information about the world around us, like the exact movements of a lion tracking a herd of bison. But knowing where a lion is hiding only gets you so far. Objective facts alone cannot unite thousands of strangers into a single cohesive force. The cognitive revolution provided a different capability, the power to transmit information about things that do not physically exist. We moved from warning about physical lions to discussing a lion-man guardian spirit. This 30,000-year-old sculpture is physical proof of the birth of human imagination. By believing in shared myths, sapiens bypassed the 150-person limit. Thousands of strangers could now cooperate because they shared the same story. A rigid band of 50 Neanderthals stood no chance against an adapting swarm of 500 sapiens. Collective imagination was the evolutionary weapon that allowed us to out-organize and eventually eradicate every other human species. We still rely on this ancient mechanism. The modern world functions through intersubjective realities, concepts that hold power only because we collectively believe in them. Take money. It has no objective value in the physical world. It works because millions of strangers agree that these pieces of paper represent wealth. Global corporations operate the same way. You can see the workers and the steel, but the corporation itself is an imagined entity that exists only in our shared legal stories. Modern nations and human rights follow this same pattern. The Declaration of Independence acts as a cooperation manual, allowing millions of people who have never met to work toward a shared goal. These shared fictions are the requirement for large-scale human cooperation. They provide the link that holds our global society together. This system allows us to bypass the million-year pace of genetic evolution. Sapiens entered a cycle of cultural change that moves faster than our DNA can mutate. We can change our societal behavior almost overnight. While other animals must wait for biological shifts, we simply change the stories we tell. Since the cognitive revolution, we have lived in a dual reality, the objective physical world of rivers and trees, overlaid with an imagined reality of laws and nations. Our planetary dominance is the result of this capacity for shared imagination. We rule the world because we are the only species that can collectively dream it into existence.